Okay, I think I'm live. I think I did it right. Not too much to say today. I just wanted to put a couple links and just make a couple of notes. Let's see, Standing for Truth is putting out, like, I think 2 videos a day going after Erica and Dr. Dan, panicking, posturing, mostly posturing. And Dr. Dan, who I have linked, Creation Myths, in my description, is doing educational videos, which starts at the beginning of genetics, and he's trying to give definitions to words like alleles and phenotype and genotype, and I think haplogroup and things like that. Anyway, so just basic education, which I am not all that good at. He does it very, very well. It's what he does for a living. And everybody should check that out and probably learn a little bit about this stuff. Howdy do, Scott. You're always the first one here. You get the door prize. Door prize today is I will send you a bowl of my stew. I made some great stew last night. And my smart-ass son sent a speed of crack pudding stew or speed of stew message to me. And I just said asshole. Anyway. God, how many speed of things can we invent, guys? Anyway, so Maddox, the big news was yesterday, Maddox pissed Matt Dillahunty off, and I did a little comeback on him. We did a little video, and I tried to help him understand that, no, Matt is not running away from you because he's afraid of you. He's not running away from you because you're an atheist. That's what he does. He's running away from you because you're a jackass and you don't conduct yourself well during interviews. And as I pointed out, you have the kind of face that people want to hit with a bat because you're condescending. You don't make any damn sense. You think you do, but you don't. Those and so many other things. And then your attitude toward him and calling him a charlatan. And then John got on his 800 sub party. The fucker's got 800 subs. He's kicking my ass. An 800 sub party last night, and he thought about it after creating a video slamming Matt. He decided to, he was just more Maddox than ever in this video. He took that video down, but we reviewed it last night. If you want to look at it, you can look at it on our stream. And then he started writing online, which was really not a good idea because you could watch him thinking about how he should beg Matt Dillahunty, as he pronounces it, to debate him. And it was, we'll see how all that turns out. I don't think Matt is interested in debating you, John, because you're really not an opponent. So I don't know. All it would turn into is a shouting match, because Matt would not take your shit. I don't advise you enter into this debate. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm sure Matt got the letter. So we had that, and let's see what else happened. Okay, Standing for Truth, panicking, producing all these crappy videos, pretending he knows what Lincoln disequilibrium is and how it helps him with created heterozygosity. So that's something we hope to get to address, but right now we're dealing with an Otangelo. And Molecular Alchemy went on the God Talk, and I linked this video yesterday and had a very, very good talk. Otangelo, as you know, me and Otangelo broke up. And then what Otangelo does is he goes to one of my mates, like one of my friends, and starts a relationship with him, and I'm a little butthurt about that. Like, Molecular Alchemy is cheating on me with Otangelo now. And it's just, slapping your face when your girlfriend breaks up with you by email, no less, not in person, and then goes out and takes up with one of your mates. Come on, guys, what the fuck? Anyway, Molecular Alchemy and Otangelo had a very good talk about histones. And there you are, Molecular Alchemy. Just explain yourself, explain this. Okay, as long as you wear protection, you're good. Hang on a second, I'm going to die. I don't know if I'm coughing up hairballs or if it's allergies, but anyway, Can't possibly be a virus because they don't go anywhere. So that was a good talk yesterday. It was about histones and epigenetics and the histone code, as Otangelo likes to call it. And molecular alchemy likes to call it chromatin dynamics. And hopefully we can do a little education on what all that is about. And Otangelo's challenge is that we need to, how does he put it? You evolutionists have to explain, which is a really interesting concept, that we have to explain everything to them before they're going to buy it. Okay, good. I'll check my email. And we were kicking some stuff around. And I mean, if you do start explaining this, you got your you got your prokaryote, which has, like a circular DNA that's, kind of not exactly packed. And then you go to the eukaryote, which is quite a bit more complicated. And we have a nucleus, and we have chromatin regions, and we have these little histones, and DNA is all wrapped up in there. And there's an evolutionary step there. So this is evil that happens to get from one to the other. And he says we have to explain this entire thing. And I think there's 20 plus kinds of histone modifications that involve the regulation of genes. And this is highly evolved. Well, we study yeast, which is a little simpler, but not much. It's got a lot of that stuff in there. And we study yeast as an example of how the complicated eukaryotic cell works. But we were looking at, like steps, and the first thing is a histone is like 8 different, I forget exactly what they're all named, H1, H2, H3A, whatever, 8 different proteins, in like a cylinder. And some of these are duplicates, like, I don't know. I shouldn't talk about it because I can't remember. But there is how these proteins evolved is important, and looking at what we call the homology between 2 different proteins is going to be an important clue about how something evolved. Otangelo maintained that we need to explain how an apparently irreducibly complex system like chromatin could have evolved step by step. And there are steps, and one of the steps is how the first histones came out. And molecular alchemy mentioned to me today that it was probably a dimer, and it was probably a dimer means that there are 2 proteins stuck together, and that they were probably the same protein. So it was like an H3 maybe and an H3. And then this thing, had steps to evolve. So we can delineate the steps. And the problem with Otangelo is he wants to talk about the whole ball of wax. And molecular alchemy is doing a really good job of breaking it down. And Otangelo is doing a really good job of listening and coming up with it. The core octamer. So what do we have? H2. I'm not sure how many H2s. I forget what we have in there. Anyway, how many multiples of each we have. So, and then there's the H1, which is kind of there's like this little, you imagine little spools of thread, and the DNA kind of wraps a few wraps around it. And it goes to the next spool of thread, and it wraps some more. And molecular is probably going to kill me because it's probably a bad diagram. But and it wraps some more, and anyway, it wraps up the DNA. And this thing is made up of a number of different parts. It's an octamer, which means it has 8 parts. So, and then there are the H1 connecting histones, and I think there's a lot of modification that goes. Anyway, it's all involved in some complicated replication, and the creationists have commandeered enough of these terms that you guys need to listen to us define some of the basics, what the hell they're talking about, so they can't gallop on you. Proper name for each, histone 2A. Okay, those are the histone proteins. Proper name for the histone proteins. Histone 2A, H2A, histone H3, whatever. Did I do something wrong? Anyway, so that's kind of what that's all about. And there was a long talk there, and it was fairly technical, and Yeah, that's found outside the octamer and links nucleosomes together. Yeah, each of these things is called a nucleosome, basically, each of these little wrappings. And they kind of look like, like little beads on a string, that sort of thing. But of course, they wrap again into more complex forms. But and these kind of have to be unwound in order to, take part in creating new proteins, that sort of thing. So that's where regulation comes in. And there are many steps. There's 2 copies of each. 2 copies each of H2A, etc. Okay. Good. I haven't got anything wrong. Okay, so, it turns out molecular alchemy, this is what he does. This is his field. So this is going to be a pretty good talk. He's going to have a continuing talk with Otangelo today, and that should be pretty cool. Now, I think Immutable Destiny and I and maybe Leophilius are going to take a look at the modern day debate today. So the one with John Maddox and Amy and I forget, Brenda, and who's the other character that was, Praise That I Am. Also, Manny Karen is having his debate at 4 p.m. Central on this channel with Praise I Am, That I Am, That I Am, Popeye, whatever. I always imagine Popeye when I hear his name. They're having a debate on homosexuality and the Bible today and what the Bible says about homosexuals or something like that. And that should be entertaining. Praise is usually a pretty good guy, pretty easy to talk to, and Manny Karen is a very good guy. Very, very good guy. So anyway, so we have, what do we have? Ooh, a JPEG. I like JPEGs. Let's see if I wonder if I can put that up somewhere. Maybe I can display this JPEG. So I don't know when Molecular Alchemy is going to have this stuff. Oh yeah, this is great. This is perfect. If I could figure out how to display it. Share screen. Chromie tab. JPEG. Char. Get rid of that. And try to expand this. Yeah, this shows the complicated wrapping of DNA. Here's the nucleosomes with the, if you can see my mouse, with the histone octamer and the H1 little connector, which has a lot to do with regulation. And then, of course, that wraps into another complexification. Oh, my goodness. That would be a spam call. Anyway, so, it's complicated. Yeah, they're pretty much okay when they're in the chromosome regions. Yeah, we could talk about this later, but we'll get a little more in detail to it. I will link this JPEG, and I don't think I have too much else to say today. I just wanted to go over the thing. Keep an eye on the Maddox Matt thing. There's a lot going on Twitter. A lot of insults and stuff, and Jesus Christ, Maddox, fucking go to see a counselor and ask them to help you look less condescending and like a nicer guy when you're talking to somebody, when you're debating with somebody, and I could take that fucking advice myself, because watching Molecular Alchemy with Otangelo yesterday was enlightening to me. I mean, I can learn a lot about how to dialogue, because I'm a bit of a hothead myself and condescending, I guess. I don't know. They're all pissed off at me. It's really important for them to insist that I don't know anything, because they fucking know that I do know a lot. And I put it in their face, and I think I'm bad at it. So I could learn a lot myself about how to dialogue. So, yep, Molecular Alchemy, you are making me look small. God damn it! Not only are you dating my ex-lover Otangelo, but you're showing me up, man. And this is going to develop. Yeah, I'm hoping. I don't know if you saw that knock, but we did a little thing on that last night. It was really fucking hilarious that he needs money to take a couple days off work, yet he's going to fly Matt to uh, wherever in the hell he is, Nashville. And I'm thinking he's going to fly him on the back of a Mad Duck. Mad Ducks is going to fly him on his back, man, because he doesn't have the money. He'd have to have a fundraiser for that. Anyway, so I don't got much else to say, guys. Does anyone want to stop in? I don't know. I usually open it up, but I usually don't get any takers. Yeah, it's incredibly funny. It was wonderful. Okay, I had that whole fucking speedo pedo pudding the night before, and I was a little depressed about, the YouTube and my career on the YouTube. And asking myself questions like, do I really want to open myself up to this kind of bullshit? And then yesterday, it was like fucking Christmas. I mean, I got like one thing after another happened, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick around. I don't think they're gonna scare me off. I don't know. And Stinky Snake took his best shot, and I don't know, the shot was like a fucking dud. Didn't really have much to say. So, okay, going to get boring from here on out, guys. So I think I'm going to end it. Thanks, guys, who did show up. In Molecular Alchemy, we are going to have to reassess our relationship as this proceeds. And be sure to watch the God Talks channel today. There will be another talk with Molecular Alchemy and Otangelo. And hopefully Neff won't crash the party. So we'll see you guys.